Hey, there we are. One more time with the tree. Give me a little leeway on this one. I know it's after New Year's, but I just love the tree, and it's one of the hardest things for me to give up is the Christmas season and the Christmas spirit. I wish we had the Christmas spirit all year round and just were a little bit nicer and a little bit warmer and a little bit more caring. So one more time with the tree on our live stream here. So guys, what do I want you to focus on today is your goal setting. This weekend is a good time, Saturday and Sunday, to set your goals for this upcoming year. Now, you might have already kind of done some work on your goals for 2026. I hope you have. Just get a sheet of paper and start writing down some things, but let's be organized about it. There's 10 life areas. And if you want to be successful, you want to be a perfectly well-rounded person, what are you going to do? You're going to have goals in all 10 areas, and you're going to strive to improve in all 10 areas in 2026. So most of you guys, when you think of setting goals, you think of setting financial and career goals, but you don't, and maybe fitness goals. But let's talk about all the 10 areas here and write this down. I want you to have goals in all 10 of these areas. All right. So first is career. I put career and financial first, not because those are necessarily the most important for your happiness. Frankly, mental wellness is number 3, and that should be, you should have a lot of goals in the area of mental wellness, and that could technically supersede career and financial, except I put career and financial first because you got to pay the bills. Let's face it, just to subsist on the planet, you got to feed yourself. And so you got to have a car and car insurance and a place to live. So I put career and financial first just because once those things are handled, then we have the freedom and the time to consider things like mental wellness. If we're scrambling just to get food in our mouth, obviously it's hard to focus on lifestyle and hobbies and giving back, which are 3 more of the goals. So let's go through all 10. Let's go through all 10, and I want you to set goals in every area. So number 1 is career. Now you have possibly 2 careers. You have your regular work job, your regular, maybe you're a nurse like my daughter or something, so you have that nursing career or whatever your regular career is. And then you have a real estate investing career. I hope it's not just a phantom or a dream. I hope you're making it a reality by getting deals done. So your career, that's 2 careers. I want you to set goals in. Okay. So this is actually kind of a two goal area. What are your goals for your regular career? What are your goals for your real estate investing career for this year? The top goal, my top goal for you would be to buy 10 rentals. I don't know what kind of deals you're doing. If you're also doing wholesales and flips and those kind of deals, then maybe not 10, but 10, if you just focused on getting 10 rentals in your life and they all had a $500 a month positive cash flow, which is what we shoot for, that would be $5,000 a month positive income, passive income in a year, in 1 year from now. So that's a very good goal. Look, if you get 5 rentals this year, fantastic. Even if you don't hit your goal, that's why I say optimum and minimum. So what's your minimum goal? I hope your minimum goal is, I don't know, 3 deals, 5 deals, something like that. But for sure, 10, if you can do 10 rentals this year, and maybe if you're in a position, you could even exceed that. Okay, so that's your career goals. And you may have other career goals like I want to get better at this. I want to learn to be a better closing caller. I want to work on that. And guys, that's a very easy skill to get better at. Just get the seller financing closing call script. It's 2.5 pages long, and just keep going over it. Just keep reading it out loud, and pretty soon, you'll have a pretty good understanding of it. So financial is second, and obviously that's very tied to your career goals. So what are your financial goals? Optimum and minimum for this next year. Number 3 is mental wellness. How are you going to be stronger mentally? How are you going to take care of yourself mentally? One thing you're going to do this year is you're going to get the Roll Control program. And that's something that I've been creating for over 10 years, and that I'm finally going to have done here in the next couple of months. So one of your mental wellness goals is to start using the Roll Control program to optimize my mental capacity and my powerful mind, make the most use of my powerful mind. Other things for mental wellness: make more friends, have get out more, things like that. What things, and remember, when you're setting your goals and you're When you're starting this process, it goes from goals to plans. And what is a plan? A plan is just you brainstorming everything that you could think of. So if you've got mental wellness and you say, I want to be, it's nice to have some kind of a way to statistically track your goal. So it'd be nice to say on December 31st of 2026, yes, I definitely hit this goal, but it's a little tricky. Like mental wellness, I just like to feel more confident and more positive more often. It's kind of a nebulous goal, but that's a good goal, to just try to stay a lot more positive in your life and use affirmations and gestures, trigger affirmations and trigger gestures to trigger positive roles. I'm a real estate winner. Okay. So what role, what affirmation or gesture can you do that reinforces that? Okay, you should have trigger gestures for every one of your super powerful roles. Hey, Noel and Kathy, morning, guys. Okay, next, after mental wellness, number 4 is health and fitness. So obviously, guys, if you're if you're going to the doctor all the time and you're sick all the time, it really eats into your enjoyment of life, your mental wellness, your career, everything. So you got to be physically fit as much as you can. We want to eat fairly healthy. We want to get some kind of exercise. I really believe in weight training. I mean, lifting weights. I try to lift weights 2 times a week on Monday and Friday. And listen, I have 2 30-pound dumbbells and I lift them. Literally, my whole workout is done in 20 minutes or less. And so that, I feel like that thing, that, weightlifting is a different kind. It's not aerobic. I want you to get aerobic and overall fitness exercise, and yoga and stuff like that is good. And jogging or pickleball keeps us in shape. But weight training is a different thing. Weight training tricks your body to think you're younger than you are. Okay, I'm 65. I turned 65 this last year. And, I feel like my weight training, it keeps me young, and it gets the right hormones or chemicals going in my body and tricks my body to think, wow, you're 20 years younger than you actually are. So, so you can stay a lot younger if you lift weights. So try to include, you don't have to do 30-pound dumbbells, 10-pound dumbbells, just get some kind of weight resistance in your life. And it tricks your body, and you look better. You look like you're in shape then too. Number 5 is spiritual. So what are your spiritual goals for this year? Where would you like to be a year from now? A good way to set your goals is to think, where do I want to be a year from now? And then, so spiritually, going to church, volunteering, you could say, I want to volunteer 1 night a week. I want to go, serve food down at the shelter or something like that, spirit, whatever you feel. And again, you can just brainstorm. There's about 100,000 different things you could do to advance yourself spiritually. So just start brainstorming. You do the good that's in front of you. You're not going to go to China and feed people. You're not going to go to Africa, and take care of, starving people in Darfur. What you will do, though, is do the good that's in front of you, spiritually. Okay, and just being great and kind and loving to everybody in your life now. That's a spiritual goal. Okay, number 6 is, what's your love life? Okay, your love life is, normally most of us, the way God made us is kind of to be paired off. And that's kind of our tradition in our society. And, and I agree. I believe in it. I think people do better when they have found someone who loves them and they can be with that person. So having a good love life is a big thing. If you are without anybody right now, you need to make a plan to, how can I get out there? How can I maybe, do some social things and get around people and meet more single people like me and join a singles group. A lot of churches have singles events, things like that. So, your love life is very important, and it's very important for your overall mental wellness too. Your love life really ties into that. And if you've been with somebody for a really long time, like 20 years or 40 years, like me and Lynette, we've been married for 40 years as of this year. You need to make that fresh. You need to be going out on date nights, and you need to go on vacations and do fun things. So that's also a big thing here with your love life. Number 7 is your social life. What's your social life look like right now? Are you a homebody? Now, listen, if you are not a big social person and you really have no interest in being more social, there's a lot of benefits to being social and having a lot of friends and a big support network. And so I'm a big believer in having a big support network. So I think having big social life is great. Lynette and I this last year, and this wasn't on my goal sheet for last year for my social life, but this was just kind of something we fell into. We created the Las Sendas Social Club. And that is, we live in a community called Las Sendas. And so we created the Las Sendas Social Club. We set up a Facebook page, and we started doing events. And all of a sudden, we have a lot more social life stuff going on. So that was kind of unexpected, but our social life took big advances this last year. Okay, what's your goals for this year? Number 8 is your lifestyle. So lifestyle means a few different things. It means the stuff you've got. Do you have a nice car? Do you live in a nice house? Do you have nice furniture? Do you need to upgrade in any of those areas? Is your car breaking down? Do you really need a new car? That would be part of your lifestyle. Also, if you are in a job that you hate, that's hurting your lifestyle. That's killing your lifestyle and your mental wellness. So maybe, if you could, even if you can move laterally to a different company, if you're not losing too much, and maybe get a fresh start, even at the same pay, but you're breaking away from some things that are not so positive with your job that you don't like. So lifestyle plays into, all the things in your life that make you happier, and also all your stuff, your accessories of life. And so being able to afford that, again, all these things kind of tie together. That kind of ties back to your career. So if you have really crummy furniture and you really need new furniture, well, is your career, producing, the finances for you to be able to do that. Okay. So, but lifestyle is a big one. 9 is hobbies. Hobbies make your life fun. Hobbies make your life more enjoyable. I guess, our big hobby for me and Lynette is pickleball, but that's also really a health and fitness thing. But, we used to go hiking all the time, and then we found pickleball, and pickleball is kind of taken over. We play pickleball pretty much every morning. We played this morning at 5 to 7, so that was real early. Normally we play like 7 to 9 every morning. Lynette plays every morning. I don't play every morning. I probably play 4 times a week though. And so, yes, that's a great hobby for us. We get a lot of enjoyment out of that. So what are your hobbies? Do you have a hobby that you really enjoy? And could you take it to another level? Or if you don't have any hobby besides watching TV, that's not a great hobby. That doesn't really do that much for you. Doesn't keep you in shape. There's a lot of hobbies that will, get you thinking, get you focused, get you get you out, get you with a social group, get you meeting people, maybe even end up making money doing your hobby. Sometimes people's hobbies turn into their careers. They end up starting a business in that area of their hobby because they love it so much. And if you can get paid for doing something you love, that's awesome. So think about your hobbies and think about where they are now and developing those. And lastly, guys, is giving back. So giving back is huge. And I put that one last because it's so important. It's certainly not the last, but not least. It's certainly not least. It's a very important part of your mental wellness and a lot of other things. But I want you to be thinking about, how am I giving back? How am I giving back financially? How am I giving back, of myself, giving time of myself, giving love, giving care to others? How are you giving back? And obviously, if you're doing well career-wise, tithing 10% is something that people, a lot of people believe in, and that would be another form of giving back, but helping others. All right, so let's go through those 10 one last time. Okay, so I want you to set goals, even if it's just write all these 10 areas, and even if you scribble two things under each area. Okay, I'd like to do this. Okay, I'd like to lose under, health and fitness. Okay, my ideal weight is 165. So I want to weigh 165 at the end of the year, or whatever it is. But you're going to have just jot at least one goal under every one of these areas. And it's amazing how this is a much more comprehensive approach. It's not just normally when people, it's time to set my goals for the next year, all they're thinking about is career and financial. That's only 2. That's only 2 out of the 10 areas of life. Now, if you can think of another area of life that I have not covered, please tell me, because this is actually part of us, one of our role control units that's actually called Focus with Faith on Goals. Focus with faith on your goals. And so this is why we lay out all 10 goal areas. So I'm just finishing the final draft on that one. So if you have any goal area, life area that I missed, I don't think I did. But, you could put something in there like family, but that's playing into your social life, and so love life as well. So, this is basically your goals. So guys, let's have an incredible 2026. Let's set some really great goals and be really strong this year. Remember, if you don't know where you're going, you're gonna end up somewhere you don't want to be. So let's have our goals set so that we know, what our goals are and where we're going. Happy 2026. Yes, I promise it's the last time with the tree. Roll control. Yes, so powerful. And guys, I'm going to explain that a lot more. You can really understand what I'm talking about, and you're going to really be applying it in your life. Good morning, Charles. Happy New Year, everybody. I love getting on. Just got home from the gym. There you go. So health and fitness. I know Charles has got some back issues, so he's definitely going to have some health and fitness goals where, and you can sort of set, where do I want to be? Because a year is a long time. So you don't want to just say, when you're setting these goals, you don't want to just say, in December, I'm going to be here. You want to say, ideally, guys, you're going to even have maybe monthly goals over the year. This is just sort of an overall brainstorming session here where you're setting some general goals, but I do want you to break this down and say, this may be where I want to be in December, but what are the steps along the way? So maybe you have a 3-month goal. Where am I going to be on April 1st? Where am I going to be on July 1st? Where am I going to be on October 1st? And you can have 3-month goals or monthly goals. Obviously, with career, if you're trying to buy houses, you should have a monthly goal of 1 house a month. That should be the goal, of buying 1 new rental every single month. So that's a good point, guys. Hey, Tony, happy 2026. Yes, it's going to rock. It's going to be the best year ever for all of us here on this incredible live stream. Happy New Year. Great to see you, Jen. And Tony, we use AI to help us in the goal setting process and send us daily goal reminder statements. Okay, that's pretty cool. Guys, Tony's doing a real good job using AI, and I love it when he reminds us all of all these cool things that AI will do for you. So I'm sure you could go into ChatGPT and say, I want to set goals in all 10 of these areas. Tell ChatGPT the areas that you want to set goals in, and you could say, what's an example goal for your love life or for your social life or whatever. I mean, ChatGPT is pretty smart. It'll come up with stuff that can help you with this. And if you're getting into it, it does really help you, and it helps you do, first drafts of stuff, and, can be very, very helpful. So, hey, Caleb, happy first Friday of the year. Yay. I always love to see Caleb. It's great to see you. I walk several times a day. Good job. Treadmill, 20 minutes, sauna, all good. Yeah. That's all good. Okay, so lots of health and fitness stuff there. So guys, let's just set some goals today, and and over the weekend. We got the weekend here to make sure that we're setting our goals. So on Monday, when I talk to you on Monday, in 3 days, we're all going to have some kind of goals for all 10 areas. And they don't have to be completely thought out, but the more detailed they are, the more you will be effective in reaching them. If you know exactly where you're going and you have a plan with some steps. Remember, what's a plan? It's just writing out a whole bunch of action steps that will help you reach your goal. All right, so that was really fun today. Lots of great comments, guys. I love that. It's always wonderful when you guys are making a lot of comments. So I love that. And so I will see you guys on Monday. Well, let's see. What's our affirmation for today? I set bold goals. I set bold goals. That sounds good. It's kind of hard to say, but let's say that 3 times on 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3. I set bold goals. I set bold goals. Yes, I set bold goals. Yay. All right, 3 deep breaths. Good. And hold it a little bit and then let it go. Relax. Okay, another one. Good. Hold it a little bit and let it go. Okay, one more. I got a big baby. Come here, big baby. Come here. Come here. Oh, look at this. I have big s'mores. Oh, she's not going to get up here to see you. Yes, we have the big dog today. So let's have a great weekend, guys. Let's do a lot of really good planning. If you even just sit down for an hour or two, you could have really good, solid approach to 2026 and feeling strong and confident that you're going to reach a lot of goals in a lot of areas, and you're going to improve in 10 different areas this year. All right, so until I see you on Monday, we're going to all work on our goals and plans, and we're going to keep expecting success, getting awesome training from the Wolves, and taking action. Love you guys. See ya.